Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for this upcoming week of September 10th through September 16th, 2023. My name is Claire Candy Huff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. I'd like to welcome back my loyal subscribers, my followers. It's lovely to be in your energies once more. And for those who have found the Claire Candy Huff YouTube channel for the very first time, let me share a little bit about myself. Through my full-time business, Angel Healing House, which I created 20 years ago in 2003, I am a Reiki master teacher. I've taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners, master teachers all around the world. I'm also a psychic, clairvoyant, intuitive tarot card reader. I do past life clearings and ancestral healings, as well as those transformative, re-energizing and recharging Reiki energy sessions, which can be sent distant healing to anywhere in the world. If you would like to book any of my services, please, or find out more information, please do go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can always phone me at Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, and that's Eastern Standard Time. I'd like to thank those people who have made donations for my free content. Perhaps you've received clarity, direction, motivation, inspiration, entertainment from these YouTube videos and would like to donate. I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below. And thank you in advance for those who are making donations. Now, here on Walk in Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom, we do pull runes, we pull tarot cards and oracle cards. But before we get to any of that, we always look into the astrological heavens to see how those planetary energies will be affecting us. Well, happy September, everyone. And right from the start, we had some pretty significant events to start off the month. After being retrograde since the end of June, Venus finally went direct on September 3rd. Now, why is this important? With the ruling planet of love, relationships, finances, and money being in retrograde, we could have felt a pinch. We went through a karmic cycle relating to our abundance, our self-worth, our value, and our connection to relationships, especially our relationships with ourselves. Now, Venus, like Mercury, the planet of communication, when it stations forward after being retrograde, will also take about 2 weeks to fully move forward. But with each passing day, since Venus went direct on September 3rd, many will start to notice those themes that were particularly challenging and difficult around money and self-worth and relationships will be getting easier. Yet even with Venus going direct, we had yet another planet, Jupiter, hop on board the retrograde train with the planets Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Mercury, all being in retrograde. This is taking us on a pretty intense inner journey where magical synchronicities and serendipitous events will be in the air over the next 10 days. So let's talk about Jupiter retrograde. When Jupiter, the planet of spirituality, the planet of miracles, expansion and abundance, goes retrograde, it puts on hold expansion in our external world, and it directs the expansion, the miracles, for us inward. When this powerful dynamic energy is directed within, it assists us to expand our awareness, to become more aligned to achieve and experience something that we may think is absolutely impossible. For many of us to make the impossible possible, these energies may call us to just get out of our comfort zone, to align us with our unlimited and infinite potential for manifesting miracles. Jupiter retrograde energies also gives us time to think about the things we've been ignoring around our relationship to abundance. Now, here are some questions to ask yourself at this time. Are you comfortable with money? Do you possibly allow it to flow through your life with ease and grace? Or do you hang on to what you have, thinking that the flow will end? Or, as soon as we get money, do we spend it quickly, thinking that the flow will not last and we should spend what we have just in case the flow dries up? Well, whether we are holding on to it very tightly or we are spending it quickly, both of these forms, both are forms of scarcity mentality. Perhaps we can take some time with Jupiter being retrograde to see how we can balance, always knowing that abundance is our nature, so that we don't hold on too tightly and we don't spend out of fear. Jupiter is a very kind, benevolent planet, and it's asking us to go within to see where we are being benevolent and kind to ourselves. Now, another area of feeling of abundance is if we allow ourselves to feel deserving and worthy. Do we feel worthy of advancement, worthy of promotion? Do we feel worthy of reward and praise or recognition? Or do we default into perhaps feeling that we don't measure up, that we are perhaps not being good enough at something, or we're not up to the competition? Now, here come my angelic family, the posse of angels, and I can hear them. They're quick to share that competition is just an illusion, and what is meant for us will always be for us and nobody else. When Jupiter is retrograde, do take time to open your heart, to be receptive, to receive all of your abundance. In fact, the more we can go from affirming this God, Goddess energy deep within us, this deep knowing, and live our lives directly from this core knowing that abundance is our nature, then from now until Jupiter goes direct in December, this cosmic shift will bless many of our lives with extraordinary moments and a flow of unimaginable good luck. But we have to be open to receive it. The universe is actually flipping the script and turning obstacles into opportunities. It's turning challenges into unexpected strokes of good fortune, and even trials into fortunate twists of fate. The only way that we can prepare for this awesome flipping of our scripts is, once again, I'll reiterate, we have to be open to receive and surrender to who and what that destined good fortune will look like. For many, our lives will never be the same again as it unfolds in breathtaking ways. But we have to let go of expectation and attachment as to what that's going to look like. And for those who like to control life and are more rigid than others, that will be a definite challenge. Now, being under this many retrograde planets, I think there are 6 or 7 at the moment, the posse of angels, my angelic family, is sharing it's time to rest, relax, restore, and rejuvenate for our renewal. So find your place of peace. Find your slice of solitude and serenity. That could be whether it's sitting on the grass in your backyard to ground yourself and connect with the heartbeat of Mother Earth? Can do that. We can connect by going out to a park and listening out for bird songs. You know, I just downloaded a few weeks ago an app on my phone called Merlin, and it identifies the bird song in your area, and it records their calls or their songs. And so when I go out and I sit on our back porch, I play it, the songs or the calls, and the birds start to come in. It's quite amazing. Perhaps you can go to the ocean, a body of water. If it's by the ocean, you can soak up all those wonderful quartz ion energies. Or perhaps we can just make time to close our eyes and go within. No matter where we go, it's an important time to practice the art of allowance and acceptance. We might be surprised when we make time for quiet contemplation and reflection that an inspired idea just might drop in, which will be a catalyst for wonderful things to occur when life does start to get very busy for us. You know, when we are in our own place of peace, the posse of angels is asking each of us, how are we going to utilize these new energies? And are we going to use them to choose a new path for us? Or are we going to remain in a familiar known path? Now, just because a path is familiar to us doesn't mean that it's comfortable. And many people just stay in an uncomfortable relationship, in an uncomfortable location, in an uncomfortable job, just because it's familiar and they fear change. But the posse of angels are reminding us that the reason for all the integration of these higher dimensional energies that we had over the last 4 or 5 months is to get us ready to set our feet on a very brand new path of service, perhaps outside of our comfort zone, that will yield miraculous connections, miraculous opportunities beyond our wildest dreams. You know, our biggest focus and responsibility at this time is to do things that will provide us with greater peace. And once they are done, they'll provide a more peaceful environment, a more peaceful reality for us to be in. Now, be trusting and faithful in yourself and the universe's plan, not your ego's plan. Re-stabilize your life as best you can to prepare for new surprises that'll be coming in quickly for many by no less than the creation and the hand of God's source creator. Now, while the beginning of this month may have started off a bit quiet, around mid-month when the new moon in Virgo starts to nurture our seeds of wishes and desires, and don't forget, Mercury will go forward in a few days, and it's been retrograde since August the 23rd. It stations retrograde for 21 days before starting to turn around. But many will begin to feel, trying to choose just the right word as we feel this forward motion come in. And don't forget that we have the fall equinox as well, bringing in that forward movement. But here, the posse of angels is chiming in. Here they come, and they're saying many will feel like they've gotten their mojo back. So thank you for the posse of angels for choosing just that right word. Well, there we go. Abundance is magnified during this time. So it's important to continue to keep focus on providing quality and integrity in everything we do. In other words, hold true to yourself and what you believe in. Where many in the collective have worked hard in integrity, blessings and good fortune are likely to show up for us as we go past that mid-month towards the end of September and into October. This can also be a time to plant the seeds for something that you wish to realize success in. This adjustment to our mojo-boosting energies, as the Posse of Angels says, it's encouraging us to have fun at this time. It's a great time for all forms of personal expression, public speaking, and writing and performing. And the Posse of Angels, they're reminding us that in any moment, no matter what our circumstances are, we can choose to put our focus on our blessings. We can choose to find reasons to be appreciative and grateful, and to have fun, which all fill up our energetic tanks with high vibrational light. The Posse of Angels is impatiently waiting to choose a rune. So here we go. The rune that they chose today. They want to start off with this one. And it's the rune Anzus. And it's the messenger rune of receiving signals, signs, and gifts. Whoop, whoop, woot, woot. That's me. That's not the Posse of Angels. I love receiving gifts. Because of the shift and the integration of higher frequencies that many of us have been through over the past 4 months, we are now open to receive the blessings of sacred knowledge and information to help us along the new part of our journey. This time that we're going into heralds new lives that begin with new magical connections, surprising synchronistic links, and serendipitous meetings that direct us onto those new paths. Well, the Posse of Angels is alerting us, and they're saying, it would serve us well to be extra vigilant during our every waking moment for those chance meetings, visits, and encounters, with this rune associated and it's being the ancient trickster. In the Norse, in the Norse, it's the Norse god of Loki, and the Hyoka of the Native Americans. It's a trickster because it brings in information and it brings in communication and connections in unexpected, sometimes in very strange, bizarre, almost impossible ways. But that information is always a call. It's a call for a new life. So don't discount anybody that you've been in contact with or that you haven't been in contact with for a long time, because you never know who's going to bring the information to you. With this rune attached to a new life, it's focused directly on self-change. For if we do not change within, then our lives will never change without. Be particularly observant for the surprising, unanticipated, and unforeseen to enter your life now. It's especially true with Mercury going direct in a few days, opening up those lines of communication, and the new Virgo moon on the horizon coming in. I think that Virgo new moon is on the 14th, and Mercury starts to station direct on, maybe a day or two before that. I'll have to check that. And when I was just about to pull cards from this lovely deck, which I absolutely adore, it's the Wisdom of the Oracle. I was about to pull a 3-card story when 5 cards jumped out, and the Posse of Angels said, yes, take them all. So the first card that came out for us is the Yin card. It's a number 2 card, and they're saying the number 2 is of us partnering directly with the voice of the divine, which is our intuition. It is a card of receptivity, yielding, open energy. It's a card of surrender and release. Now, this is the divine feminine at hand, and it's asking us to practice the art of gracefully allowing the universe to give to us, as we have already done all the hard work. We've put in the efforts and the industry to get us to this point. It's asking us to consciously allow things to flow in for us. Don't dictate the how and the when of it happening, and then being attached to that, because that's not our providence. And we allow things to flow to us now, and to open and make space for miracles to manifest in our life. Once we do this, and once we release and surrender to co-creating with God's source, creator, and the angels, the next thing that we must allow ourselves to do after releasing our agenda, then many of us will then take the time to slow down and watch for those signs that Anzos, the rune Anzos, will be bringing in. The next card is confirmation of that, because it's take a deep breath. It's a 29, which is an 11, which is the card of mastery. We master ourselves when we allow ourselves to willingly surrender and release our will to the will of heaven. And we can breathe deeply, and because we trust and we have faith that all we need to do is just stay the course, and that all will be revealed for us. So I love that. I love that. The yin card and the breathe card, they go together perfectly. Now, the next three cards that came out, these three cards, is this one, serendipity, the soulmate card, this one, soulmate, and then the next one is this one, to the sea. And the posse of angels were saying that this is a magical combination, all three of these cards. Expect something magical. That's the serendipity card with the four-leaf clover on it. Let's see, the four-leaf clover on it. Something maybe strange, something bizarre to come out of the blue, to touch our lives, change the course of our lives, put our feet on a new path, which then brings in a brand new soul tribe for us, those that encourage and support, connect, those that we will be collaborating with. And lastly, we have the lucky number 7 card, which is to the sea. I love this card. It tells us by allowing spirit to co-create our lives with limitless, miraculous possibilities, we stay effortlessly in the flow of life, and we ride the waves of opportunity that are formed no less by the hand of God, with perfect connections and perfect conditions. By doing so, we open to opportunities to wash over us as we row, row, row our boat of our lives easily and gracefully, and then we merrily, 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 merrily create a life beyond our dreams. And that's to the sea. Love that those cards came out all bunched together. So thank you, Posse of Angels, for that. They then directed me, but wait, there's more, because the Posse of Angels directed me to the magical oracle deck, the Chronicle of Destiny fortune cards. Love those. The first, actually, they want me to take these two together. The Alchemy card came out, and then the Butterfly Queen. And they said that these two cards are perfect matches. They even have the almost the same coloring on them, if you can see that, the purples and the pinks. And both of these cards reveal that something ordinary will have the potential to turn into something extraordinary. The reason that this will happen for many is because they've allowed themselves, while they were supposedly waiting in the cocoon of life, to transition and transform themselves This was the catalyst needed for a complete metamorphosis, bringing in winds of change to catch our newly formed wings. Remember, don't resist change, for some of our happiest life experiences will fall into this category of major changes. When the winds of your life do shift, remember to spread your wings wide and ride the winds to see where they might take you. So I love these two cards very much about transformation and something ordinary becoming extraordinary. The next card that came out for us was this beautiful card of Lady Summer. This is also another number 11, which is the master number. It's an indication that this more metamorphosis will lead to blossoming of all kinds in our lives, causes for celebrations, and a hive of activity after a stagnant and very quiet time. This was especially during Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. It indicates, with all of its bright, sunny, and yellow and orange colors, that this is a time of great sunshine and great joy bursting upon our lives. The last card is very, very telling. This is the Book of Destiny. And the final card is really quite a prophetic card. It's an omen for many, as it indicates that there's no less than our destiny at hand here. Our destiny is unfolding for us because we have actively, many of us, pursued it by following our intuitions about where to live, about what projects to develop, by writing the books, the screenplays, the music, drawing the drawings, paintings, craft work, creating podcasts, YouTubes, any groups, anything that our heart told us to create. In this way, we've written the book of our life. For fate may present certain circumstances along the way, but it is our destiny that many have shaped by the choices of their actions and their intuitive decisions that will be manifesting for us in a very destined, amazing way. The Book of Destiny. How about those cards? Absolutely beautiful. Let me grab my tarot cards. My Angel Healing House. Yes, that's me on the back. Oh, now look my hair. Now I match the photo that was taken about 20 years ago as I've gone curly again. So let's just have a knock of those cards and see what comes out. I hope everyone's doing well. We have been here in St. Petersburg, Florida now for almost 6 weeks, and I think we came at the hottest point of the summer with very high temperatures and lots of humidity. It's cooled down. We just had a beautiful thunderstorm pass over us, and I saw the most beautiful rainbow. Such a beautiful gift. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. It was a lovely rainbow over our house. So let's see what's going to come out for us. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they want me to choose a card and put it aside. Okay, let's choose that one, and I'll put that aside. That will tie all of this together. Okay, let's see what that's going to be. First card that's coming out for us, the Four of Swords card. This is still the card of healing, of resting, all those words, relaxing, recharging, re-energizing, restorative, so that we can renew ourselves. So when the new starts to come in for us, that new change around that alchemy and us emerging from the cocoon, we will be rested. We will have focused on our health, our diets, our exercise, and we will be up for all that busyness that's going to come in as we will set our feet on a new path. So in the meantime, do take time out for meditation, for contemplation, for reflection, for taking rests, for, as the posse of angels said, find your place of peace and melt into that, knowing that what is meant for you will be yours and you don't have to push for it. Next card that's coming out for us is the Wheel of Fortune. Well, how apt is that card with the Book of Destiny? What is coming out for us and is making this wheel turn at the moment is something destined, something karmically meant for us. Now, you don't have to push and you don't have to force or control anything to beat out the competition, because there is not any competition. And the posse of angels are emphatic about that. What is meant for you will always be for you. Yes, we take inspired, intuitive action when we feel excited about something, but we never have to push an agenda because it's already meant for us. All we need to do is take the inspired action towards it. So this is a time of destined meetings with this anzos, these signs and signals of these unexpected, synchronistic and serendipitous connections coming up that are destined. Next card. The Hermit. Now, first thing they're showing me is the shooting star. Okay, wishes coming true, they're saying, and many of us are going to be called to come out of the dark. Now, out of the dark could be maybe with Mercury retrograde and Venus being retrograde as well. We have felt like things really slowed down for us. It was like pushing molasses across a flat surface. Nothing we did, seemed to yield anything. But now we're ready. Now we are ready, coming out of the cocoon like the butterfly queen, and we are taking our light, our wisdom, our spirituality, and our knowledge to share it with the world. And if this is what you are feeling called for, then you will definitely draw something to yourself to be of service to humanity and the planet. Most of us know what that looks like, but even if you don't know what it looks like, just say to your angels, God Source Creator, I am open to receive the highest way for my gifts and my talents and my abilities to be of service to the world, and show me how I can best serve. But there we are. There's the wise old owl. There's the transformative serpent by his feet, shedding its skin to then take our light out into the world. Okay. Next card. Okay, we've got a Four of Swords, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit, two major arcana cards. Next card. Well, that's why they drew my attention to the shooting star there, is because here we have another shooting star. Wishes coming true. We have the star card. The star card is a card of healing, which is very much this four card. Number 4 card is the Four of Swords, but it's also the card of wishes coming true. It's the card of it's also the card of being the star. Perhaps you'll be called to step into the spotlight and share your spiritual knowledge with others, as a speaker, as a motivational and inspirational new thought leader on the planet. Who knows? But this is about sharing your knowledge and stepping into the spotlight if you are called. And I love the fact that these two have shooting stars in them. So that is 3 major arcana cards. I wonder if we'll get any more. We've got the Fool. The Fool is about coming full circle and starting on a brand new path. That's what many of us will be destined for, to start on this brand new path. And I love in my card that there is the dove there. We are being led by God, Source Creator, and our angels and our spirit guides for not only our highest good, but the highest good of humanity and the planet at this stage. So open yourself up to receive these signals and these signs, these serendipitous connections, to collaborate and to get together with those who are most like you in energetic signature, very comfortable, very familiar, very loving, supportive, and those people in your soul tribe, and will set you on your feet on a path of new service. And about being back at square one, when I teach tarot, I make sure I bring to the attention of my students that the tarot starts with 0. It doesn't start with 1. We've completed the circle. We're back at stage starting over, but we don't mind starting over, because look on his back. He's got this satchel here, and that's all of the wisdom, all of the experiences, and all of the memories that he carries with him about things that he's learned when he completed the journey before. And now he's, yes, starting on a new path, but with all of that knowledge and wisdom which he's learned. So, I don't know, maybe we'll get all major arcana cards. No, the next one is the Knight of Wands. Now, what this is going to bring in, it's going to bring in movement. It's going to bring in travel. And some people are going to be, oh my gosh, they're going to be really knocked for a loop, because we've been fairly quiet, many in the collective, with Mercury being retrograde, and so many planets being retrograde, Venus being retrograde. But as they slowly start to move forward, things are going to start to come in. Maybe many things will come in all at once. And it'll be like, oh my gosh, we'll be hit with, what do I do first? But they're saying, take your time, follow your intuition when things start to get busy. Now, this might involve travel. It might involve travel in your state or to another state. Could be even over to another country. But things are going to start to get busy. And they're saying, don't tell us that we didn't warn you. And that's why resting at this stage and preparing for this is so important. Preparing your health, preparing your nerve endings, preparing yourself for this busy time and this new path that will be presenting itself. How many more? A few more, they said. Okay. The Queen of Swords is a card of being an authority. It's a card of people recognizing your expertise in a certain area. And that's what they're saying, is that many of us have prepared ourselves. We've done the hard work. We've created those projects or those books or those podcasts or those written the screenplays or composed the music or whatever we were drawn to do. And we've put ourselves out there. And now the expertise and the authority in this field will be recognized by those who can use our services, and we're going to step into the Queen of Swords energies. Now, just because somebody wants you doesn't mean that you want them. So always follow your intuition. And the posse of angels are saying, if you do sign any contracts, you make sure that you are not compromised in any way. Because if there's one thing that Venus got us to look at in the last 40 days before it started going forward on September 3rd, is our value and our consideration. How that we are worthy and deserving of being financially remunerated. We are worthy of conditions in a contract that suit us. It's not that we won't ever make compromises, but those important things, have another set of eyes, perhaps get a lawyer to look over it, and maybe add additional clauses, that kind of thing. But don't accept anything less than you are worthy and deserving of. This is about commanding respect and honor. Okay. Many of us have given away our power in the past in order to just, be associated with something, but no longer that is the case. Now is the time of being honored and respected for our expertise and our authority. They're saying 2 more cards. Well, what this is going to do, as I said, it's going to open up a lot of possibilities for us. And they're saying that not everything can be attended to at once, so we're going to have to prioritize. We're going to have to ask our angels, our guides, our intuition, grab a pendulum, as if you do work with pendulums, and say, what would be best to act upon first, And then we will gradually get through these things, but, it might seem overwhelming. It might seem overwhelming to go from this to suddenly this, and to suddenly be so busy, travel and movement. So do take time to breathe, do take time to consider, and to be able to get into a place of, where you can, breathe, and you can, drop down to your heart and find that quiet place to make your decisions from. They're saying 1 more card. Oh, what a beautiful card to end with. We have the High Priestess. Yes, make your decisions through your God, Goddess, High Priestess, or High Priest energy. The energy of that knowing, and that deep, deep wisdom inside of you. And you'll be fine. And you will be fine. Because we have been tested for so long about what does not feel right within us. And now we're going to be able to use that barometer to be able to create the next part of our path. So let's uncover that card that ties all of this together. And that one is the 4 of Wands. Isn't that lovely? This is the celebration of hard work. It's the marriage card, the marriage of all of our knowledge and all of our lessons that we've learned. And then taking that and being able to practically utilize that in something that we love doing, being of service, that honors our gifts and our talents and our abilities, and it helps humanity. This is also the card of homes, feeling at home. You can look at it that way. Feeling at home with ourselves, finally feeling like we're coming home. Many of us will be moving to homes which are more in resonance with who we are. Maybe you'll be directed to move to a different city, state, or nationally, or internationally, or overseas, or that kind of thing, to be able to really fulfill being of your soul's highest purpose in the most divine ways. I love that in the tarot, we started with a very quiet 4. 4s are about stability, security, safety, and a strong foundation in our well-being and our health. And we went through this journey and we arrive at the 4 of Wands, which is the celebration card. Let's finish off with fortune cookies. This is the dessert. Knock, 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 knock. Oh, I hope everyone's well. I just saw that there are some homes in our community that have already started decorating for Halloween. This is our first time in a gated community. I've seen a few children around, But whereas before, Halloween for us was when we were in California, was very quiet. So just on the off chance, we'll get some organic lollipops and maybe put up a pumpkin or two. In the past, I've loved carving pumpkins. Oops, that was one. Okay, let's see if we can get another 2 or 3 to jump. Come on, pass. Oop, boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's 2. Any other things that you would like us to know? That one fell on the floor. Okay. Now, 1, 2, and 3. The first is, this is very reflective of this first tarot card that came out. It's an excellent time to start an exercise program or be more attentive with your diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon for you. Now, this, I love this card. And really, so much of our well-being has to do with our relationships. I love this card here. Look how sweet that is. About our new soulmate tribe coming in, new connections. So, wonderful time to start new friendships and also be more attentive to your diet and your exercise. So, that is the health card that came in. Next card. Now, this is interesting. Reflection. Friendships. That's twice we've got friendships. Friendships in your life may come to an end, but then others come in and blossom and become much stronger. Now, any of those relationships that are like past their use-by date, maybe it feels like, they were there to help us on the last part of our journey, and that maybe they're not supposed to be with us on the next part of our journey, but they're saying that others could come in, not that anybody can take the place of anybody else, but that others come in to blossom and become much stronger. Why? Because we're much stronger who we are. We don't accept any relationships that dishonor and disrespect us, and those that are loving and kind and benevolent, and really compassionate and sweet. So there we go. So those 2 cards, 2 fortune cookie cards about friendships. The next one might as well be about friendship because it says love. Love is in the air, a great time for communication, commitment, and taking relationships to the next level. So relationships are also friendships. So there's great love in non-romantic relationships. So all 3 cards, health, reflection, and love, are all about taking those relationships to the next level of divine encouragement, collaboration, and connection. Love the end of this reading. I hope this has been helpful for you. Remember that you can follow me on every Thursday. You can tune in to Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio Show. It's on at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can call in for free mini angel readings to the hour-long show. And of course, I post my YouTubes every weekend. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. If you do wish to find out more information or book any of my services, please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Again, that number to phone me is 831-277-3716 Eastern Standard Time. I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. And I do look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.